Week 7 waiver wire editions. What's poppin' YouTube? Back again with another video. On vacation, so not in my normal recording space. Have the dumb headphones with the microphone. But we gotta do what we gotta do. So if you're new to the channel, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and let's go. My first waiver wire target is going to be Jordan Mason. Jordan Mason took over for CMC this week when CMC did get hurt. And now we've been talking on the channel in the past few weeks. Are you going with Elijah Mitchell? Are you going with Jordan Mason as the handcuff in this 49ers offense that we know is so good? The thing with me is Jordan Mason the last 2 weeks has been absolutely electric when he's come in for CMC. So Jordan Mason is going to be our priority add. With Christian McCaffrey suffering this oblique injury, the thing is we've seen these oblique injuries typically be like a 1 week absence, but even still, that could help you win a week. So Jordan Mason is going to be my target for this next week, knowing that he's probably going to be some running back that I can start next week. Our second waiver wire target is going to be Kareem Hunt. Kareem Hunt actually had his best day that we've seen in quite a long time. Even last season, we didn't see a game quite like today. He rushed for 12 times for 47 yards and 1 total touchdown. He also caught 3 passes, so helping you out in that PPR format. Now, Jerome Ford did look good with his 19 touches, had a lot more explosive, but Hunt, even though he wasn't the feature back by any means, definitely in this role. We've seen him have flex value. We've seen him have RB2 value on a week-by-week basis. So Kareem Hunt, definitely with all the injuries that are currently happening in the running back landscape, go make sure that Kareem Hunt is not on the waiver wire and is on your roster. My next player we're going to be talking about on the waiver wire is going to be Josh Downs. Now, we've been talking about Josh Downs on the waiver wire and as a mustache like for the last 2 weeks. So if you haven't gone up and picked up Josh Downs, it's no surprise to you for you to be seeing what Josh Downs is doing on a weekly basis. Josh Downs had 5 catches, 21 yards, and a touchdown against the Jaguars. He has now scored 13 plus fantasy points in 3 of his last 4 weeks. So Josh Downs, absolutely great flex play, continues to be, especially with Anthony Richardson potentially coming back, even with Gardner Minshew, who's struggling but has a great connection with Josh Downs, to be adding in this week. My next waiver wire pickup is going to be Sam Howell. The quarterback landscape as well has kind of been up and down, so if you missed out on CJ Stroud, then Sam Howell could be this next guy, where Sam Howell scored 18 plus fantasy points in 3 straight games and 4 of his 5 overall. So Sam Howell, as much as we want to bash him, as much as we want to bash this Washington Commanders, as we watched them last week get absolutely obliterated by the Bears, he's looked pretty good. And next week, he's going to be a very startable asset as he's going up against the Giants. So if you need some quarterback help in a bye week, Sam Howell is going to be my next guy for you. Moving on to my next waiver wire target is going to be Michael Mayer. Lily just put my last video, I talked about how Michael Mayer was going to be a stash. Michael Mayer comes out and really surprise. He had 6 targets against the Patriots, hauling in 5 passes for 75 yards, and what was his best fantasy football day as a young tight end. These are the type of days as a young tight end that we like to see start to get stacked up so that we can really start to target them. And Michael Mayer, especially in the tight end landscape, definitely worth an add if you play in a little bit of a deeper league, giving you some more waiver wire potential. Marvin Mims, we saw Jerry Jeudy, he talked trash about Steve Smith, saying, hey, you don't need to be talking bad about me. I'm not just a Jag. Goes out there and puts up a Jag-like performance. Marvin Mims, as much as the Denver Broncos offense isn't great, Marvin Mims to me is someone that I'm still stashing. And especially with the fact that the Broncos are doing so bad, I wouldn't be surprised if Jared Jeudy and Courtland Sutton are potentially on the trade market and or get traded off in the next few weeks. And Marvin Mims, someone's going to have to catch the ball. So I think Marvin Mims is definitely worthy of a deeper type stash. Keaontay Ingram as well. Keaontay Ingram hasn't put up huge or even good numbers, especially this week against the Rams by any stretch of the imagination. But this week he did lead all the running backs in the Carolina backfield in touches. So the thing for me with Keaontay Ingram is as they go forward, especially with James Conner being on IR, if he's continuing to get a ton of these touches relevant, and knowing what we said about how this running back landscape is currently looking, definitely Keaontay Ingram is someone to target. Kendrick Bourne as well. Kendrick Bourne also had a really good day this week, so I would definitely be looking to target Kendrick Bourne. Now moving on to us talking about some recaps from this week, the first thing we got to talk about is Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill continues to remain unstoppable, unguardable. I played against Tyreek Hill in a lot of leagues. I didn't draft a ton of Tyreek Hill this year, and that makes me upset because Tyreek Hill absolutely burned me this week. I thought when he went out with a hamstring, I mean, he had a great day, and then I was like, oh, it's probably going to be over. No, comes back, catches a touchdown, 150 yards, and had a touchdown for the 4th time this season. My man's absolutely electric. He's literally right behind Jerry Rice in every imaginable category with how he's been performing of late. So Tyreek Hill, kudos to him. Christian McCaffrey scores again. I know Christian McCaffrey got injured, but Christian McCaffrey continues to show that elite level bell cow. We should have had him as our one-on-one this season. Someone like me, I was putting Justin Jefferson there just based on the fact that we thought wide receiver was a little bit safer. But of course, Justin Jefferson gets injured. Christian McCaffrey, I mean, now he did just get injured, but his injury with the oblique is a little less serious than Justin Jefferson's. So Christian McCaffrey McCaffrey definitely stays hot. Travis Etienne as well remains hot. Etienne had 2 total touchdowns, which brings his total touchdown production this season to the same amount of touchdowns he scored last season in 17 games compared to 6 games this season. So Travis Etienne, we were a little bit worried about him. You might have gotten a discount with that Tank Bigsby. A lot of people were scared about Travis Etienne and his overall workload. So Travis Etienne is another great player. My next kind of takeaway from this week is that Derrick Henry needs to be traded away. Derrick Henry, 12 carries, 97 yards, 1 touchdown. He's kind of the only thing that is holding this Titans offense together. And my final and last kind of thought, week 6 takeaway when I'm thinking about what I saw from, this week is definitely the tight end landscape continues to kind of be an interesting, can I find someone that I can stick in there? I mean, Kyle Pitts emerged this week, but like you said, you might have probably already dropped Kyle Pitts based on his production the last few weeks. So being able to find a high quality tight end is something that you definitely need to be prioritizing because Sam Laporta had a pretty good day. Travis Kelce, Mark Andrews, TJ Hawkinson had a good day. These elite level tight ends are continuing to help teams win on a weekly basis. So if you have one of these high end tight ends and you had like a Tyreek Hill, and maybe you have a high top 6 quarterback, it's hard to beat those type of teams week in and week out. So those are kind of my takeaways for week 6 fantasy football. So if you're new to the channel, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button as well. No, this is not my normal setting. We're going to be here all week, so it's going to be a little bit different, but appreciate you guys for tuning in, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.